Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I took the cover I made the other day in our using up the ugly stuff thing that we done inside, that we done outside, so easy, and I've sewn in signatures, and this is a design team project for Amy, CraftyCat. I thought I'd get all prepped, and as soon as it was made, sewed in the signatures. I'm using mainly her torn paper and ferns kit, but then that front page and that front page are from my bee journal, because I'm over winter now, well over it. I want to feel springy, so I thought I'd have those pages just of out in nature where I've added all bees flying about, and then I've backed her kit with pages from my Mocha and Chai. I've used some pages from my new faux fabric set 2, and because of, like, you see the butterflies flying there like that. Where's my second signature? I've used 1 or 2 pages from my Lily kit, including, where is it, like this. I thought it was really similar to this, that is Amy's torn paper and ferns, and so yeah, I took that from my Lily kit and a couple of other pages like the one I've just showed you, and the rest is all Amy's torn paper and ferns. So I was sitting cutting out and inking all the ephemera that comes with the kit, because my boys was putting furniture together from IKEA, and they was banging and that, so I couldn't do nothing. So, well, I couldn't turn the camera on, so that's why I sat and done all that, cut it all out and done it. And I've been a gathering of stuff here, there and everywhere. So, first of all, I thought I want to take a couple of these little, like, dinner money envelopes. Remember what you give your kids when they're little and that. But these, I bought them in the post office and paid more, I've told you this before, paid more than getting them in cheap shop where I've got them in the past, right? And they're all wonky at the bottom. They're not made for crafting, are they? They're made to give your kids their dinner money, but with a bit of trim you can't see that. So I thought I want to use these like with the back still on, and they look really nice like that as pockets, obviously with their wonky bottoms covered up, because no one wants a wonky bottom. So I'm, like I said, using Amy's torn paper and ferns mainly. So this is where I'm taking my inspiration, and I'm going to grab a couple of bits of coffee dyed paper, like bits of invoice. I've got some book page and then some other paper, and just going to tear some bits. Where's my tear ruler? And yeah, layer them on these lovely little envelopes, and I think I want to stamp some butterflies on, so we're gonna do that. So I hope everybody is well and all okay. We've had the sunshine out today, and oh, I've got to tell you, it really does lift my soul. I think I'm borderline sad. It is called sad, isn't it? And it's something to do with sunshine deficiency, like when the sun ain't out and you get all depressed. Well, I haven't been all depressed, so I've not got sad at all. I'm just a normal, well, I ain't just a normal person either, am I? A bit of a nutbag. However, when the sun comes out for the first time in months, doesn't it just make your little heart sing? It does mine, it really does. So it was really lovely today. I had to pop over my mum's because she had a fall, and on the bus I took my coat off because I was all warm, and haven't took the coat off outside of the house since last year. It's been freezing all the time. But yeah, sun come out today and it was lovely. Right, I'm just looking. I could rip like some plain like that. Oh yeah, I've got other book page. And oh, there's a bit of coffee dyed paper that I've stamped on once and not used it, so that might be a little idea. And I've got this paper as well that's like it's really thin scrapbook paper, but it looks like newspaper print. Oh, and I nearly forgot, I rented out an actual old bit of old newspaper. Where's this one from? I used to have a man down in Market where I used to live that'd sell me old newspapers. Monday the 3rd of June 1940. And as you can see, I've used bits over the years, then put it away, forgot all about it. And it was only when I went on my little organising kick that I found things like that and thought, I'm going to organise them all together, so that I don't forget I've got them and I actually use these kind of things. Back in the day, when I first started off making junk journals, I was using things like that all the time. But yeah, you go through phases, don't you? Also found some quite a few bits of Edith Holden that I hadn't used forever either. Oh, and I suppose you've noticed my lovely glass mat. Fancied a change. I've put my big green one in the cupboard, my big green cutting mat. But I fancied a change and I was actually out of the house shopping, and yeah, we went to town and I saw this and I thought, I'm going to get that, treat myself and see how I get on with it. But I thought, just in case I want to change back another time, I've just put my green one, I give it all a big clean and I put it in the cupboard under the stairs that I'm next to, if I want to get it out and use it. But I thought this was really nice. And whereas on the cutting mats, if you get like this glue on them, it's really hard to get off sometimes, like if it's dried in like a little nugget. But with glass, you can just like sort of with your nail and knock it off, can't you? Oh, what am I doing? Oh yeah. So yeah, I thought we'll layer up little bits of torn paper. I don't want to make things too thick, because I don't want it too bulky, because this journal, I've only done 2 signatures and I don't want it a big alligator mouth journal. But I'll tell you what, doing these layers, if you didn't see it, go back, go on my playlists, using up the ugly stuff, and this is like part 2. We've done the inside first, that was all trilby hats, and now it's lovely. And then we've done this, and I just layered it and stitched around the edge. But the beauty of that was, I could lift it. Can you see where I sewed in my signatures? I was lifting it and sewing them in like that. So it was a little bit fiddly at the time, but you've got hidden sewing, but without having to cover it up with anything or whatever. But yeah, I thought that was a little cool way of doing it, and I think it came out really nice. So yeah, we've had some sun today. Oh, it's really hard to tear, it's quite thick. We had to go out again twice in 1 week for me. These days, since we're like still on lockdown, after so long, I rarely go out, but yeah, I went out because I got paid, and instead of giving someone a list, which is what I always have been doing, the boys take a list and go, I actually wanted to leave the house. And then yeah, I saw this and it was the right bargain. I bought a few little bargains. Well, I didn't tear that bit. While I was out and about, and bought some lovely boxes to put journals in, really gorgeous. And yeah, and I wanted to buy them all because they had a few different styles, and I thought it's the first time I've been out in ages. I went a bit mad and just was buying stuff like a nutter, and so I had to stop myself. But yeah, I did buy some lovely little bits like this, and just little crafting stuff, treated myself. But then unfortunately my mum had a fall, so I went out again today, which like I said, twice in 1 week for me since all this started last year. Yeah, that's really unusual. But yeah, we went over there. It was so lovely and warm. The sun was out, and my mum weren't too bad. Took some nice flowers. Oh, hang on, where's my envelopes? I've got to see that I'm not going too long. A bit more off of there. And yeah, bought some cakes so that we could sit and have cake with a cup of tea and that. Well, not tea, I had coffee. But yeah, it was very nice. And yeah, she wasn't too bad. I took her some bath salts that'll help her back, because yeah, she fell over and she's really put her back out. She's struggling to move. But my daughter done all her cleaning, and my oldest son went over the town and bought her all like ready meals and that, so she's not got to do any cooking. She's just got to get them out of the freezer and pop them in the microwave or the oven, however she wants to do them. So yeah, we just made sure she had all her bits like that. And yeah, she's not too bad. I think the thing with my mum, she forgets that she's 81 and thinks that she's 31. So she moves too quickly, you know, and thinks that she can do more than she can do. Because the day that she had the fall, earlier on, she decided that her sofa covers needed to come off and be washed and that. And they're really hard, like, especially to get the cushions back in to them, the covers, aren't they? They're hard for a person that's not old or whatever, you know. And yeah, she done an armchair, got that off, and washed the covers and everything, and managed to get it back on again. But then she really did struggle, so she was already hurting from doing that. And then she ended up, probably because she'd been doing stuff like that, she ended up falling over. And so, yeah, she's got to have a little bit of recovery time, lover. Right, where's them envelopes gone? I was going to use a bit of, no, I'll pop that back down there. Oh yeah, I want to ink around these. And yeah, I think these kind of little envelopes do look nice with like staggered on a page, and I do like to have the flap like stuck to the page. I just think it just adds a little bit of something, doesn't it? That little bit of something, rather than cutting it off, it's just a thing with the little envelope flap. I like how it looks. But yeah, we're not going to see that bottom bit because it's got to be covered up because of the wonkiness. But saying that, I have used them all. These are the last two. But I'm hanging on because the post office is open. You can still go in there and post things. But other than that, only shops that sell food and that are open still at the minute and nothing else. But so I can't go in my little shop, get all my bits and bobs, because I had envelopes this size before that I bought in my little art shop, and they was half the price, and they was thicker, they didn't have wonky bottoms, and I actually think there was more of them. But I bought these ones, and yeah, they weren't as good, but was much more money. But like I said, they've still got used, because you do, didn't you? Right. I think I'm gonna ink a little bit more. Just get them a little bit darker. Oh, yeah, I like that. That's my little, got a new little, what's it, set of the small inks with my little walnut stain from one of my dear friends who I love. And yeah, it was a really nice surprise. Oh, right, and a little bit of that darker. And oh, that's it, it's lovely. And so yeah, out twice in 1 week for me, so I can't wait to get normal life back. Just, I was talking to Jamie and I said, just when we go and have a little mooch around the shops and have a little bit of lunch out, you know, things like that, I really miss it. But hopefully the rules will be changing. Maybe by the time this goes up, the rules will have changed again, which I hope, because I'm a little bit in front with my videos because of when I didn't have my internet. I was still filming. That's what I was thinking. I layered them up because, as I said, this kit is called Torn Paper and Ferns, and as you can see, all the different layers that she's done, and they really are lovely. Oh, that reminds me, I need to get out a bit of sheet music. But yeah, I want to stamp some butterflies onto these, but yeah, I think I'm going to stick the papers on, because I was thinking, shall I stamp and then just stick the odd bit? But no, I'm not going to do that. Oh, I need a bit of newspaper. I won't go for like the adverts because I want them. Let's just tear along that crease. Oh yeah, that's not one that I really want that much. I think I'll save like a couple of the little adverts, like to use as a whole. But the beauty of this as well is that it's really thin, these old newspapers, so I just want just a couple of bits at the minute. It'll probably be easier to ink these like that as well, because they're very, very light and thin. There we are. yeah, we're hoping there's supposed to be an announcement in the next couple of days. By the time this goes up, it will have already come and gone. But we're hoping that the rules change a little bit before Wednesday this week, because it's my son's birthday, and my oldest daughter was like, oh, I ain't never not seen him on his birthday, I want to come over. But at the moment the rules are that she can't. She did, for my other daughter, drove over and just stood, knocked on the doorstep, put the present down and stepped back a bit. And oh, I need this for my gluing. And yeah, she did just chat to her on the doorstep, but it's not the same. But I think the rules are going to be changed so that you still can't have people round and whatnot. I think they might be changing it so that you can meet outside, you know. We've got a nice little park just up the road with a lake and everything. So if it's mild, I'll say to her, drive over and we can meet outside and like have a little walk to the park with the lake, because it's nice for the children. Oh, where's a plain-ish bit? I'll tear that. I'm thinking that can go there like that. Oh, there goes my glue. Right, and let's see. No, I'll get a bit. Oh, I stuck my finger. This is very thin. Oh, I don't want to put it on the glue though, do I, nutter? Oh, and get that end off. Right, that's way too big. I need it smaller. Oh, my bit flew off. And right, maybe there like that will look nice, and then I can stamp upon that. Right, oh, I was looking for my glue. I knocked it off, didn't I? Oh, there we are. Right, let's get some glue on there. Pop that there. Right, I'm liking them so far. So I'm going to do the same pretty much to this one. Got a large bit there. And yeah, I've got out a few bits and bobs to do different stuff in this journal with the same kind of like feel, you know. So let's see. That's quite nice. Yeah, I'll have a bit of that. I think I want it up that way. Right, I've got newspaper that I'm gonna use less of. Have that there. Right, I think I want a bit of sheet music. I just have to grab it. Right, I've got some little scraggly bits all ready. So I'm remembering I'm going to have something going across the bottom. So I can come up a little bit from there. Just need some ink around. I might try and squeeze another bit in somewhere else, or on the other one, sort of to tie them in, you know. Oh, there we go. Like that. Right, let's see what ain't I done. I don't want to layer them up too thick, because they are going to be pockets with a tag in them, and I want to stamp on them, so I don't want it all uneven. But most of these papers are really thin. That one was thick, but I think there I'm going to have it. No, there. Like that. And this one, none of it. Oh, they're a bit rubbish, them bits. I'll have to make that littler. Coming a bit further. Oh. That's quite nice. I need to take that plain bit off the bottom though, I think. There. And it's quite fragile because it is really old. But perfect for what we're doing here. Back there, maybe, or coming over, there's another layer like that. There. Right. Either there or there. I'm going to go in the middle. Oh no, I ain't. I'm going over the edge here because I'm going to be stamping a butterfly in the middle. So we don't want, we don't want to cover that up. And where it's dark, it might make the butterfly look like a weird shape. So, where's my stamping platform? I've got it out ready. And I don't know what I've done with it. I've got it out and all. I've put the stamps on top and a little folder with ephemera in, and it made me forget where I'd put it. Right. I think I'll need a bit of torn paper on the top flap as well, but I'll come back to that in a sec. Right, I'm going to have that bottom bit covered. So I'm thinking something like that. Right. Yep, I'm just gonna put a little bit more ink on. Try and get it a little bit darker. Right. Oh yes, I like that. Love it actually. Oh, and I'm just grabbing a wipe. We're going to do a different butterfly on the other one. Oh, and I couldn't get one out on its own to come out. Right. And so, what we've got? We've got there. And I think I'm going to have it like that, or like that. It is covering up the, treble clef, but if I do it higher, then that might look like it's coming out the butterfly. I could come, oh no, I can't go lower. Right, it's going to have to be there. And yeah, I just felt like I wanted to make something just with the hints of the spring and summer, just to sort of lift us up and remind us what we've got to come. Like, I get right excited like a child when I see my first butterfly or my first bumblebee of the year. Don't you? Like, I do love nature. I always have. Like this. I know I look like I'm crazy, but it's because part of it didn't make contact. Right, so I'm going to go again. Just so it's nice and dark. Right. Love it. That is much better. And so I want a little bit of trim down the bottom. Maybe something just like a natural, sort of like an ivory or something. Not too much, but just to hide the wonky bottom that we don't want. Pop that back there. Right. And I'm just going to grab that. Right, I found that. And that is pretty much perfect with what I had in mind. But like I said, I think I need something up here. So maybe something like that. I've got a bit of fit that one. And then I need something else. Or maybe just a note from the sheet music. That might be nice. I think that one as well. Right. Just up there. Maybe something else. Maybe a bit of newspaper as well. Just to make it all tie in together. Ah, then I know I've got some teeny tiny butterflies. I think they're Tim Holtz ones, but the small little ones. I could stick maybe something like that. We'll have to have a little rummage. I wanted a bit of newspaper, didn't I? Right, let's just see how it's going to fit on. I'll have that bit towards the bottom-ish. See, it can be coming out from inside. That one won't. And then, yeah, a little bit of newspaper, I think. Have I got it torn off? I have. If I halve it. Oh, it really is so light and so fragile. It's just going to have a bit of a rub. And, oh, the same on that one. It has been inked, but just that top bit. Right. So, right, let's see. I'll do this one first. And then they'll be lovely right at the beginning of the journal. I'm going to put 2 lovely tags, and this isn't a new kit, but it's lovely, and yes, so very versatile, and I think it just looks gorgeous. I've also printed out a piece of a sheet rather of ephemera from Amy's kit called Antique Posy Add-on. I'll show you that in a minute because I haven't cut them out yet, like the bits. Right, just like that. It just brings it all together, don't it? The flap's not standing out as something different and unloved. It's being done up like the rest of it. Like I'll have that poking out from underneath. Once the tags are in, you won't see that bit, but I still think it's good to make it look nice, isn't it? And that bit up there. Yeah. Pop that there. And I'm just going to have that going across in a straight line. Like that. I've got to hold it up to make sure I don't follow the line of the envelope, and I follow how it's supposed to be. Right. Scissors. I like them. And same again here. And where's the lid? Right. Yep, I'm liking how they look, and I wanted a little something, didn't I? So, no, wrong one. It's this one, and in here's all the small, little tiny ones. So, oh yeah, some are ones that I've cut out myself, and some are all going flying. But yeah, little Tim Holtz ones, I think I want. They'll stand out a bit more than the ones I've cut out. Little scrap bits of like Edith Holden paper. Any bits that are small, like that are big enough to have a shape punched out, I normally do that because I love her writing. So it's just way too big. Oh look, I've got teeny tiny ones that I cut out when I was card making with Olivia. They're ones we had left. It's a sideways little, no. Right. What have I got here? That little one, that fits on nicely. It'll have to go over this way though. And I've got that one as well. Or I could use that one. Let's see. Yeah, that one's quite nice. I don't think. Oh, what's this right at the bottom? think that was like a sideways view of a little tiny one. They're so little, some of them. Oh yeah, it is like flying like that. I think I prefer the ones I've already chosen, unless there's any hidden gems. No. Just pick up the little teeny tiny ones. Right, and I want to see how they're going to sit on the page before I stick them on, because one will be overlapping the other slightly. So I'm having them right at the beginning to kick off the journal. I think I have the darker one up there. So yeah, they're going to sit like that. And then yeah, that can go there, and that can go there like that. Yeah, like that. This one could even go flying off of that one onto that one, because I'm having them slightly overlapping. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Right, let's get this one on before I stick it down. And the wings can be slightly poking off the edge. Oh. And yeah, just go all round. Right. And right, a straight edge. And yeah, this one will sit like that. And that can be flying like that. So there's a bit on the paper and a bit on both envelopes. I'll stick this down first. And then we put the butterfly on after. Right, or it could just be flying off. Or do I want it on? It looks nice on when it's right there. So I think when it's over here, I liked the idea, but I think it's a bit too close to that one. So I could either have it down like that, which I do like that position, I think, or up a bit, flying off. I think it makes this look quite plain then. I think I'm going to have it down like that. After all that shenanigans. Just there, like that. And then I've not got any tags ready yet to go in, but I have got some cut out, so we'll just see if any fit. Just to have a look. Like these ones, they're little, too little, but yeah. That there, and that one there. This will probably be too big. Oh no, look, that fits in nicely. I think there's a couple that size. They fit perfect in them coin envelopes. So yeah, that's what I'll probably do. Right, there is another tag that's that size, and they fit perfectly into these pockets. I've already inked all around, so all I need to do for them is just set an eyelet, and I'm thinking with all the torn paper and whatnot, I might use string. I need to grab an eyelet first though. Right, I've got my eyelets. And I've grabbed out my string. I might put a little bit of eyelash trim with the string. Oh, I just tore that. Good job we won't see it. Because it's going to have eyelet in there. And our string and eyelash trim. I will put a bit of glue on that bit though. That'll dry in no time. It'll just give it a little bit of strength where I might have weakened it, tearing a layer of it off. Or I might just use this eyelashy kind of trim on its own rather than string and this eyelash trim. I think this looks quite like what that looks like when they're both together, so I think I might just use this one. Pop them over there. Oh, there we go. I've been doing a bit of sewing, not in a journal, just practicing. I was never any good at stuff like that, didn't do it at school. What was supposed to be the thing was that the girls did sewing and cookery and the boys did woodwork and metalwork and that. And me being me, I wasn't as laid back as I am now, let's just say that, when I was a teenager. And I just thought that was sexist. And two, I knew how to cook. I'd been taught to cook from when I was really little. My mum had a full-time job, both parents did. And I used to have to put the dinner on when I got home from school. So I was taught to cook really young. I didn't need to learn how to cook in school. And yeah, I didn't really think I would need or want sewing. I knew how to basic sew, like sew a button on or that, and I thought I don't need to do that. So I didn't do sewing. Since in my adult life I did do a sewing course, like for sewing on the sewing machine, but yeah, I didn't do it at school, but I've been practicing embroidery because I think it'd be nice, like, to have little bits, like this has got embroidered thing on, but of my own embroidery on journals. So I'm practicing that at the moment because I don't want to do it on it and it's rubbish. Right, I like that start to the journal. I'm happy with that. Let's see. I think I'm just going to do one more pocket today because I am a bit tired. I have had a busy day. Oh, the other thing was I also cut out some of the ephemera from my Bee in Your Bonnet kit because I thought that would go well with it as well, just little bits. And I've got loads of other bits and bobs that I've sorted out, that, you know, when like you're thinking, what am I going to use, just get out what I need. And yeah, I was finding loads of things. So yeah, what I'm thinking of, I've started at the front with them two lovely pockets. I think I'm going to do one at the very back as well, and then I'll work my way in from this signature in and from this signature in, and then when I get to the middle I'll know I'm finished. So yeah, I think I'm going to have a nice pocket. I'm not at the end even. A nice pocket here because I don't want to cover that up. I really like that page. That's out of my Lily kit, and yeah, just always liked it. Right, I've got this lovely little bag thing, and it's like a little treat bag, and they're supposed to stand like that, and this bit folds over to tie, but I don't want it like that. And as I've said at the beginning, I like when you have like the back bit of an envelope, or in this case bag. I don't want that in the front, so I'm just going to bend it the other way. And also this is really bulky and we don't need it like that, so I think I'm going to cut that whole flap there off, because we only need it to open like that. We don't need it to have a flat bottom, so I'm going to lose that bit. So we've gone from, we've had what do you call it, wonky bottom, and now this is the flat bottom that I'm getting rid of. So then it still feels a bit bulky. If that's coming up like that, I can lose these bits. They're just crazy. Oh. There we go. And that bit there. It's really thick and it's just not needed. Oh. That's it. I want to be cutting there like that. Right, and that's just going to stick because that's the back and we only want to see the front. I don't want to see that bit poking out, so that can go. Trim that a bit. Get rid of that. Right. So that will sit like that on the page. Now I've got rid of all the bulkiness that we didn't need. So I'll just pop the journal to one side. Oh, there goes the glue again. Oh, let's grab it. And I want to ink again. And I really like these holes. I'm not sure whether to thread something through them. Oh, I don't think so. That just makes it complicated putting stuff in and out. But yeah, I do like the little holes. It's just another little thing to look at, and another little bit of detail that just makes it different. And I think again I'm going to stick some torn paper on, sticking with Amy's theme. But I'll just fold that down a minute while but yeah, this is a thicker paper than the envelopes at the front, so yeah, I've got to make sure I use really thin paper here so that we don't end up with loads of bulk. Just a bit darker at the top. I'm going to come in now with walnut stain. Oops. Just here and there. And that's it. Just little patches here and there, a little bit darker. It just makes it look more like when things have really aged, because they do have little bits and pieces that are darker than others. Right, yeah, I'm very happy with that. So, thin paper. This one's really thin. obviously the newspaper was really thin, so we'll have some of that. I think I've got a bit of something. Oh, that's a bit of that already. Sheet music was very thin. These bits are a bit rubbish. I might have to tear another bit off. Yeah, they're all right. Where's the table? There it is. I can ink around that. I know what I have got that's really thin and lovely. I've got some of Jamie's French book. It's from a book called French Without Tears. He gave me, I did show it on another video, but yeah, he gave me another one, so I'm going to use a bit of this. I really like it. Okay, I'm going to use this bit. And even like the plain bits, lovely, lovely colour, really creamy colour. That is the beauty in it of paper. It all ages differently, and the patina's different, and yeah, it just, I just love it. I think we all do, don't we? That's why we're here, because we just love it. Right, look at that. That's where the staple has been. Yeah, I'm going to have that bit there. It's already got a torn edge as well, which is fabulous. Right, yeah, that can go there like that. That's already inked. I was going to have a bit of this French paper and yeah, a bit of that from out of the dictionary. It's all really old and lovely. Oh. It's silly, isn't it? We get all excited about these things. It's actually, I think I better do the ones that need doing on here, because they are really delicate. Like that French paper, I can just snap it. Oh, I've got another book that's got pages like that, and they're really yellow. Oh, I might have to grab it. It's an old book page. I think it's like a, not DIY, it's something like that. It might be woodworking or something. I've got an old book, and you can just, as you fold the paper, it snaps where it's so old. But yeah, it's really aged to a yellow that like is just really unusual. Like this kind of straw kind of colour. But because it's so old, I'm going to have to grab a bit now, I think. If it's not in the cupboard. Because where I've got so many books, I have got ones out. I've got a drawer of books over there. And I've got some out in a cupboard upstairs. So they're not out, but they're a bit out, because the other ones are in the cupboard under the stairs, right at the back, piles of them, books, big shopping bags full of them, just books of all ages and sizes and everything. But yeah, every now and again I have a rummage and think, oh, I'll pull that one out, because I haven't used it for a while, and then I'll swap the other one, swap it over with something, put something in there. Because I ain't got the room to have them all out. Right, I'm going to quickly see if it's out or in. Here we are, look. Look, yeah, this page is nails and screws. And this is, look, workbench and basic tool outfit, and it can just like snap. It's so so old and aged and that, but yeah, it was falling apart, and I got it for something ridiculous, like 5p or something, because it was falling apart. Or it might even have been a freebie, because sometimes down the flea market, if you're buying a couple, they'll throw in like one that they think, oh, no one's going to want that. Like if I picked it up and said, oh, how much is this one? And they're like, oh, I didn't know that was in there. It should have gone in the bin pile, not the take to the flea market pile. I'm like, no, I'll have it. Oh, the times I've done that. But as well, I mean, with all this COVID, we haven't been able to go flea market and that, but God, I've got some gems there before. 20p each, books from like the 17 and 1800s, books that are just fabulous. And yeah, I'm not covering up them holes because I like them, but yeah, I like that. It's just how it's naturally aged so well. But yeah, oh, I've got really brilliant old books for like 20p each that just make your heart sing, you know. And sometimes they are falling apart, which is even better, because if they're not falling apart, then I feel like I can't cut them up and do stuff with them, because it's a really old book and it shouldn't be being torn up. Like, someone should be keeping it. But saying that, the British Museum Library has a copy of like every book, so it's not like I'm going to rip it up and that's the last one ever. But yeah, you feel a bit bad, don't you, to sort of destroy something that it's printed lovely, like lovely font, lovely colouring and everything like that, and illustrations. So yeah, I do like it when I find a book and it's falling apart, because yeah, then I don't have no guilt at all. Whereas I can give myself guilt about anything. So yeah, I bought Brilliant Book a little while ago, with every intention to use it. Oh, and I've done it quite a few times, and I get them home and I think, oh, I can't do it. Let's see. I need something coming down that middle, maybe something like that. Yep, that'll do. Oh. Right there. I might be able to sneak in a little bit here and there, up there, but I don't want to cover the holes, do I? I don't know. Right, perhaps coming out a little bit. Let's see what we've got. Right, maybe just like a little strip coming from inside. Up maybe like that, and a bit there, and maybe sort of a little bit of something to bridge the two. All that. Like that, but underneath. I think that will be perfect. Let's see. Right, yeah, that'll fit under there, and I'll have that coming up. We'll work it out. Right, let me not get confused with the other bits that I've ripped up. Oh no, that was going over here. Underneath that hole. That was it. And, oh. I'm coming up there from inside. Yeah, that looks alright. I think no. There we are. That's it. Right, let me just flatten that down. Right, and I think I'm going to do the same of stamping, or what I could do, that's too big, add a butterfly. Oh, some of them are massive, we don't want it too big. Something like that. So right in the middle. And I could have something small at the top. Yeah, I like that. It's difficult with these teeny tiny ones. Could ink round something like that I've cut out myself. Oh, where's the Edith Holden writing ones? So I think I've got them in a couple of different sizes. Right, hang on. Are they the same size? Yeah. Right, I'm sorry if the camera has moved slightly. As I was rummaging for these, the battery ran out, so I just had to swap over. So I'm just gonna ink them. Actually, I'm going to try and make it a bit darker so that they do stand out a bit more. Right. And I need to ink around. Oh, it's only got, this one's only got one. What's it? I might have to cut the other one off. It looks too lopsided and weird. Right. We'll have to lose them. Right. Make it look like it's supposed to be like that. Right. And yeah, I think this looks really nice. Right smack bang in the middle. I think it's just the right size as well. Right, let's pop that over there. Look, just sitting dead straight in the middle like that. Oh yeah, and these are in the Torn Paper and Ferns kit. Like just series of like letters and numbers. Some of them are months and that, like dates, and others of are just numbers and that. But I think they're really cool. So yeah, I'm going to stick one of these somewhere on this one. I don't know whether I'm going to have a bit of trim. I might just have a number like down the bottom like that. Just for a change. Instead of having trim coming down. And just have that on one side. And then butterfly. Oh, and yeah, I want it right in the middle, looking lovely. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then I've got my little butterflies, and I always just, like I said, if I've got a scrap bit of paper where I like the handwriting, especially Edith Holden, I do just think, oh, I'll get as much as I can out of it. I'll punch little shapes and that until there's hardly anything left. Right, I could have that over the edge. But it might be nice just having it in the middle, and could have one on there like that, and one flying off, or maybe, yeah, that one flying off that way and that one kind of following it. Yep, I like that. So that's what I'm going to do. And this scraggy bit, I haven't even bothered to do it. Back in the day, I think I probably would have covered it with washi tape and that, so that it was sealed up. But it's going to be glued on and it ain't going nowhere. So you really don't need to. And there we go. Pop that there. Just blindfolded. Oh. Nice and glued down. We've got a nice pocket there. It can fit a couple of things in. And then, oh. Oh. Right. So just starting to come off there. And then I want a little bit of more ink on that one. Sorry if I'm off camera, but it's just to the side. And yeah, I just wanted to give it a quick rub with the brush. Get a tiny bit more ink on. And have that up there like that. And I'll probably put like a large tag and like guest check or something like that in there. But I've not got anything ready for it yet. But yeah, I really like that. So that is me starting my design team project for Amy, CraftyCat, and obviously our shop will be linked down below. The torn paper and ferns kit in particular will be listed, like, will be below as well, so you can just click and go straight to it, or you can go to her old shop. I'll leave links to both, because like I said, I've printed this sheet off, and this is from the Antique Posy add-on kit, but we've got the toadstools and things, and yeah, it just goes really well with this kit, because the torn paper and ferns also contains quite a few toadstools. I'm saying that and now I can't find you one, but no, that's just fern. Yeah, there are toadstools. No. Oh no, that's one of mine. They are in here and they're lovely. ferns and butterflies. It is a lot of butterflies and that, but yeah, there are some toadstools in here. I just can't find them right at this minute. Hey, there's some, and I know there's some somewhere else as well. Yeah, look, I've got them all at the front. So yeah, we'll be just using up bits and bobs, things like that. And yeah, I'll see you next time for our next bit, yeah, of working our way in towards the middle. So by then I probably will have made a couple of bits to go in here, and yeah, we'll do something else really soon. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you all, and yeah, I'll keep your eyes peeled, because coming up March the 8th, I think it is, International Women's Day, and it's a tradition on my channel that we've had a giveaway for International Women's Day since I started the channel, and I didn't have no subscribers. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that, because like I said, it's a tradition. We do it every year. And yeah, I'll be back with something else very soon. I love you all loads, and take care. Bye for now.